Today we are going to study one more important chapter in chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. First, what is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science. It is a study of atoms and molecules and their transformations, and study of chemicals is called chemistry. In this chapter, this is all about basic concepts. It means you have already studied in the lower class. So in this chapter only basic concepts are there. First, in today's class we will discuss about first introduction, then importance of chemistry, and then matter, what is matter and states of matter, then physical quantities, SI units, then chemical laws of chemical combination, then concentration term we will discuss about. First, introduction. Chemistry is the study of chemicals and importance of chemistry. So many importance are there of chemistry. I like to say one thing, that is cisplatin and taxol. Those are all chemicals. Those are all used in a cancer therapy. And AZT, it means azidothymidine. It is used in AIDS victims. So these two terms are very important, because importance of chemistry is so many there. First, cancer therapy, cisplatin and taxol are used in a cancer therapy. Azidothymidine used for AIDS victims. Then let us continue with matter. What is matter? Already you have studied in the ninth standard and 10th standard. What is matter? Matter means anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. Chalk piece is also matter because it is having a mass and it occupies space. So chalk piece is a matter. Duster, board, those are all matter. Matter means what? Anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. Then states of matter. What are the states? First one is solid, second one is gas. Solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid, gas are the states of matter. First, solids. Solids are having a definite shape and definite volume. Chalk piece. It is having a definite shape and definite volume. So solids are having a definite shape and definite volume. Then liquids. Liquids are having a definite volume but not shape. Liquids are having a not definite shape, but these are having a definite volume. Then gases. Gases are having a no definite shape and no definite volume. So these are all states of matter. Then conversion. Solid to liquid. Process of solid to liquid, that process is called melting. When you heat it, solid converted into liquid, that process is called melting. Then process of liquid into gas, that process is called what? Vaporization. Vaporization. Then process of gas into liquid, that is called condensation. Then process of conversion into liquid into solid, that is freezing. Then directly solid into gas and directly gas into solid, that is called solid into gas, that is sublimation. And process of conversion of gas into solid, that is called deposition. This is all about conversion of states of matter. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid, then directly solid to gas and gas to solid. Then these are all states of matter. Then we are classifying the matter into two types. First one is mixture, second one is pure substances. First, matter, we are classifying the matter into pure substances and mixture. Can you give the example for pure substances? That one is elements, second one is compounds. Elements and compounds are the pure substances. Then mixture. Mixture, what is mixture? Mixture contains two or more substances present in it. That is called mixture. We are classifying the mixture into two types. First one is homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture. Then heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means if a mixture is having a uniform composition, that mixture is called homogeneous mixture. Can you give the example for homogeneous mixture? That is sugar solution, then salt solution is an example for homogeneous mixture. We can't divide the components easily. We cannot. Then heterogeneous mixture means if a mixture is having a non-uniform mixture, that mixture is called heterogeneous mixture. Example, sugar and salt solution. Sorry, mixture of sugar and salt. That is example for heterogeneous mixture. These are all types of mixture. Pure substances and mixture that are parts of matter. Then physical properties, chemical properties, and then qualitative properties and quantitative properties. First, physical properties. Physical properties, example for physical properties means color, melting. These are example for physical properties. Then chemical properties means what? Chemical properties means acidic nature, basic nature. Those are all chemical properties. Then qualitative properties. Quality. Ductility, malleability, these are all example for qualitative property. Then quantitative property. Qualitative property, then quantitative property, example for quantitative properties. Then length, mass, these are all example for quantitative property. This is all about your matter. Matter means anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. These states of matter, then conversion of states of matter, then parts of matter and parts of mixture. This is all about your matter. Then let us come to next concept, that is SI units. SI units. Do you know what is unit? Unit is an internationally accepted reference standard is called unit. Then some basic physical quantity. Physical quantity means physical quantity is a quantity. It can be measured by an instrument. That quantity is called physical quantity. Basic physical quantity are 7. First one is length, mass, time, length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, then amount of substances, luminous intensity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Totally 7 basic physical quantities are there. First, SI unit of length is meter, SI unit of mass is kg, SI unit of time is second, SI unit of electric current, that is ampere. Then SI unit of temperature, that is Kelvin. Then SI unit of amount of substance, that is mole. Then SI unit of luminous intensity, that is called candela. Symbol CD. Candela is the SI unit of luminous intensity. These are all units of SI unit. Unit means internationally accepted reference is called unit. Physical quantity means a quantity which can be measured by an instrument. That quantity is called physical quantity. These are all basic physical quantity. Let us move on to the next concept, that is prefix. Prefix used in a SI system. Prefix used in a SI system. Pre means before. First 10 to the power of minus 1, 10 to the power of minus 3, minus 6. First 10 is the deca. 10 is the deca means DA. Then 10 to the power of minus 1, that is deci. Next 10 to the power of minus 2, that is centi. 10 to the power of minus 3, that is milli. Ten to the power of minus 1, that is deci. 10 to the power of minus 2, that is centi. 10 to the power of minus 3, that is milli. 10 to the power of minus 6, that is micro. 10 to the power of minus 9, that is nano. 10 to the power of minus 12, that is pico. Then 10 to the power of minus 15, that is femto. Then 10 to the power of 2, hecto. 10 to the power of 3, that is kilo. Then 10 to the power of 2 is hecto. 10 to the power of 3, that is kilo. 10 to the power of 6, that is mega. 10 to the power of 9, that is giga. 10 to the power of 12, that is tera. 10 to the power of 15, that is peta. These are all prefix used in a SI system. These are all prefix. Then let us move on to the next concept, that is mass and weight. Mass and weight, both are different. Mass means what? Mass of a substance is amount of matter present in it, that is called mass. Mass is constant. Then weight is a force exerted by gravity on an object, that is called weight. Weight is a different from one place to another place due to gravity. SI unit of weight is Newton, SI unit of mass is kg. This is difference between mass and weight. These are all different. Then let us move on to the next concept, that is laws of chemical. Before that, first scientific notation. Scientific notation. What is scientific notation? Scientific notation is n into 10 to the power of n. This is a scientific notation. Means this is a difficult to read. So write in a scientific method, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. This is a scientific method or scientific notation. Means n into 10 to the power of n. This is a scientific method. What is this? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. What is this number? Is called what? Avogadro number. Then next we are going to study about laws of chemical combination. Laws of chemical combination. chemical combination. Totally 5 laws are there in chemical combination. First one is law of conservation of mass. First one is law of conservation of mass. Laws of conservation of mass. Do you know law of conservation of mass? In the chemical reaction, mass cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. It means sum of mass of reactants is equal to sum of mass of products in a chemical reaction. This is called law of conservation of mass. This law was given by Antonio Lavoisier in the year of 1789. This law was given by Antonio Lavoisier in the year of 1789. Then this is the first law. It means sum of mass of reactants is equal to sum of mass of products in a chemical reaction. In the chemical reaction, mass cannot be created and destroyed. This is the first law. Second law, law of definite proportion. Law of definite proportion. Law of definite proportion. This law was given by Joseph Proust. Joseph Proust. Joseph Proust. The year was not mentioned in the NCERT textbook. This law was given by Joseph Proust. It means what? Law of definite proportion. What is the law of definite proportion? It means given compound always contains exactly same proportion of elements by weight. It means what? If you take 20 gram Mg magnesium oxide, then 30 gram magnesium oxide, but ratio of magnesium and oxygen exactly same. So what is the law of definite proportion? Given compound always contains exactly same proportion of elements by weight. This is the law of definite proportion. This law was given by Joseph Proust. Year was not mentioned in the NCERT textbook. Then third law of chemical combination, that is law of multiple proportion. Law of multiple proportion. Law of multiple proportion. It means this law was given by Dalton in the year of 1803. Law of multiple proportion. This law was given by Dalton in the year of 1803. What is the law of multiple proportion? It means two or more elements combine to form two elements combine to form more than one element, then different mass of one element which combines with the fixed mass of element, they are in the simple whole number ratio. It means I give an example. This is a carbon, this is a oxygen, this is a carbon, this is oxygen. Then two or more elements combine to form more than one element, then different mass of one element which combines with a fixed mass of one element, they are in the simple whole number ratio. It means atomic mass 32, 2:1. This is law of multiple proportion. It means two or more elements combine to form more than one element, then different mass of one element which combines with the fixed mass of one element, they are in the simple whole number ratio. This is the law of multiple proportion. This law was given by Dalton in the year of 1803. Next law and fourth law, that is Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law. Fourth law, that is Gay-Lussac's law. This law was given by Gay-Lussac in the year of 1808. This law was given by Gay-Lussac in the year of 1808. It means what? When the gases combine or produce in a chemical reaction, they are in the simple whole number ratio by volume. It means H2, then this is the oxygen. This law was related to gases. Then H2O. This is a 2 volume. Is it 2 volume? 2 volume. This is a 1 volume. This is a 2 volume. This is a 100 ml. Then 1 volume is 50 ml. This is 100 ml. Then 2:1. You put a simple whole number ratio. Gay-Lussac law means when gases are combined or produced in a chemical reaction, then you put in that simple whole number ratio by volume. This is the Gay-Lussac law given by Gay-Lussac in the year of 1808. This is the fourth law of chemical combination. Next one and last law of chemical combination, that is Avogadro's law. Do you know what is the number of Avogadro? That is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 is equal to 1 mole. What is the Avogadro law? This law was given by Avogadro in the year of 1812. It means equal volume of all gases contains equal number of molecules. This law was simple, that is equal volume of all gases contains equal number of molecules. This law is Avogadro's law. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth. These are all laws of chemical combination. First one is law of conservation of mass. Second one is law of definite proportion. Third one is law of multiple proportion. Fourth one is Gay-Lussac law. Fifth one is Avogadro's law. This is all about your laws of chemical combination. Then Dalton's atomic theory. Do you know what is the Dalton's atomic theory? First, Dalton in the 1811, in the year of 1811, he proposed that matter consists of indivisible atoms. But modern atomic theory is said that atoms is having a subatomic particles. But atomic theory of Dalton or Dalton's atomic theory said that matter consists of indivisible atoms and compounds are formed by the composition of atoms in the fixed ratio. Then atoms of different elements differ in mass. Then Dalton atomic theory could explain the law of chemical combination. This is all about your Dalton atomic theory. Then let us move on to the next concept, that is mole concept. What is mole? Mole is the basic or fundamental physical quantity. It means mole. Mole is the SI unit of amount of substances. 1 mole is equal to, mole is what? Mole. 1 mole. 1 mole means 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. This is the mole. Mole is 1 mole of water. 1 mole of water molecule means 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 of water molecules. Mole. Then we are going to study about atomic mass and molecular mass. Do you know the difference between atomic mass and molecular mass? Molecular mass. First, atomic mass. Atomic mass is the mass of an atom, is called atomic mass. Atomic mass of carbon. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. It means proton plus neutron is equal to atomic mass. Atomic mass is the mass of an atom, that is called atomic mass. That symbol is capital Z. Then molecular mass. Molecular mass is the mass of all atoms which are present in the one molecule. It means water. Water is a molecule. Write the molecular mass of H2O, means water. Then 2 into 1008 into plus 16. It means 8.008 U. So this is the molecular mass of the water. Difference between atomic mass and molecular mass. Atomic mass is the mass of an atom, that is called atomic mass. Then molecular mass is the mass of all atoms which are present in the one molecule or compound. This is molecular mass. Then we are going to study about molar mass. Molar mass is same to molecular mass, but molecular mass represented by the U. U means unified mass. First, before we were using AMU. It means atomic mass unit, but now we are using the U. U means unified mass. This molecular mass, in the molar mass we represent the unit, that is grams. In the molar mass we represented the in grams, but molecular mass is represented by the U. U means unified mass. This is all about atomic mass, molecular mass and molar mass. Then when you number of moles, formula of number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. Mass by molar mass. Number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. This is a formula for number of moles. This is all about your atomic mass, molecular mass and number of moles. Then let us move on to the next concept, that is concentration term or reactions in solutions. Before that, I like to say one thing, that is first solute and solvent, then solution. Solution contains solute and solvent. Solvent more in amount, solute less in amount. First, concentration terms of first. Do you know concentration terms? First, concentration terms. Concentration terms. First, weight by weight percentage. You should remember the formula, then you can easily solve. First one is mass percent or weight percent. It means mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. This is the formula for mass percent or weight percent. Then mole fraction. Already they have given that number of molecules. First A, this is B, 2, 3. Then mole fraction of A. Mole fraction of A is equal to number of molecules of A by number of molecules of A plus B, means 2 by 5 mole fraction of A. Then mole fraction of B is equal to number of moles of B by number of moles of A plus B. This is the mole fraction. Then molarity. Third one is molarity. Molarity means number of moles of solute, number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liter. You should remember the formula only, then you can easily understand. Then fourth one is molality. It means number of moles of solute by volume of mass of solvent. You can remember the difference between molarity and molality. Mass of solvent in kg. Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liter. Then molality is equal to number of moles of solute by mass of solvent in kg. This is all about your concentration terms. Then these are all laws of chemical combination. Then I hope this lesson has completed. So in today's class we have discussed about importance of chemistry. Taxol and cisplatin are used in the cancer therapy, and AZT means azidothymidine is used for AIDS victim. Then we have discussed about laws of chemical combination and SI units and physical quantities, basic physical quantities. Then we have studied about laws of chemical combination. Then we have already discussed about concentration terms. So in this class, this chapter is very easy. I hope everyone understood. So we completed this lesson. Next we will meet in the next class. Till then, bye, take care.